Hi, my name is Hiram and welcome to my channel. I wanted to make this video around mill scale. It's not a video around removing mill scale. There's plenty of videos out there about that. But what I would like to talk about is leaving the mill scale. Most of the videos that you see that talk about mill scale, all that information is pretty accurate. It's just impurities that rise to the surface during the milling process, and it is tough to remove, and you do have to remove it when you're welding. What I haven't seen people doing, and this is something that I've been doing with a lot of my furniture and a lot of my art pieces, is I leave the mill scale on there. Now, it doesn't protect it from rust. But if you get a piece from your supplier that doesn't have any rust already, typically what I'll do is I'll just grind down or wear off the mill scale around the areas that I'm going to weld, and then I weld those areas, leaving the rest with the mill scale on. And like I said, if you get a piece that doesn't have rust on it, you could treat it with a paint. Particularly, I use the satin clear enamel, poly enamel, Rust-Oleum, and that just traps. That just coats everything the mill scale. Mill scale is pretty difficult to take off. When you watch those other videos, there's a number of different techniques, whether it's muriatic acid or vinegar or particular sanding disc, grinding disc. But those all have repercussions to the metal, whether it's gouging or malforming the metal itself. So I started leaving it on there. I'll link a description to my site with my products, and you'll see that a lot of the coffee tables or end tables that I have, speed bag platforms, I leave all the mill scale on there. I clean them down, clean it up with mineral spirits. I wipe it all down, and then I'll paint over it with that enamel. It's just like anything else. Do you want to do a bang-up job and get all the mill scale off and clean it up real good and paint it? That is the right way to do it. Is it 100% necessary? I don't think so, because like I said, I have furniture, my own furniture that I've had in my house for 6 years with the mill scale on it, and I've either treated with boiled linseed or the poly spray, and there's no rust on it. In another sense, if you were to clean off all the mill scale, get it all down and paint it, it's still potentially able to rust, whether it's scratched or not. Now, I'm not saying that it's the right way to do things. It's certainly not proper to leave the mill scale on there, but I'm saying you can, depending on your project. And I've also painted over it. I've done the same process. Instead of using the clear enamel, I've used a paint, and that's still holding well to this day after multiple years. And I do see, once you clear it with a satin enamel or boiled linseed oil, it brings out a color that you can't get from the polished steel. And a lot of people, like I like that in particular, and I think a lot of people like the furniture or the pieces I make because it has that mill scale on it. They don't know it's mill scale. They don't know it's impurities. As long as you trap the metal with the mill scale on it in coated poly, the air can't get in there to continue to oxidize and create rust. Eventually it will, but everything eventually starts rusting at some point. So you just kind of have to find that balance. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope this was valuable information. Thank you.